Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering where all your energy went? Maybe you used to fall asleep the moment your head hit the pillow, but lately it feels like you're wide awake at midnight, and by morning you're dragging yourself out of bed like a car that's run out of gas. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we move past 60, sleep becomes more than just a nightly chore. It's a vital ingredient for staying healthy, alert, and feeling like yourself again. Tonight, we're going to dive into why catching those Z's is more important now than ever before, and I'll share 5 simple, doable tips to help you sleep like you're 30 again. Think back to when you were younger. Was there ever a time you sacrificed sleep without a second thought? Maybe you stayed up late chatting with friends, or binged on a new TV show until the early hours. You'd roll out of bed the next day, a bit tired perhaps, but soon enough you'd bounce back with a cup of coffee, or 2, and life went on. Now, it seems that one restless night turns into a restless week, and you might notice aches, foggy thinking, or even that nagging memory slip. That's because as our bodies age, the quality of our sleep has a direct impact on restorative processes. Tissue repair, memory consolidation, hormone regulation, everything that keeps us feeling vibrant. In this video, we're going to explore 5 easy-to-follow habits you can weave into your daily life that will help you drift off more naturally, sleep more deeply, and wake up feeling refreshed. You won't need fancy gadgets or expensive supplements, just some simple shifts in how you approach your evenings and mornings. So, let's settle in and begin with the first 2 habits that form the foundation of great sleep. Let's start with rhythm. Habit number 1 is all about consistency. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. It might sound trivial, but our bodies are creatures of habit. Behind the scenes, there's a little clock in your brain called the circadian rhythm that's whispering to your organs, telling them when to wind down and when to gear up. When you stick to a schedule, say, lights out by 10:30 every night and up by 6:30 every morning, you're training your internal clock to expect that pattern. After a couple of weeks, you'll find sleep comes more naturally, and you'll fall asleep faster. And yes, even on Saturdays and Sundays, try to resist the temptation to binge watch an extra episode or sleep in for 3 more hours. A little consistency goes a long way in building sleep momentum, so you'll hit the pillow ready to drift off instead of struggling to shut off your mind. Of course, life happens. Doctor appointments, family visits, occasional late dinners. You don't need to be a machine, but aim to keep your schedule within a 30-minute window. If you normally wake at 6:30, sleeping until 7 won't derail you. It's the big swings that confuse your body's rhythm, so aim for a regular dance rather than a 2-step shuffle. Now, habit number 2, winding down your evenings with a gentle bedtime ritual. Think of it as an invitation to slow your mind and body into rest mode. When you were younger, it might have meant staying up late reading, listening to the radio, or catching the late news. Today, our evening routines often involve bright screens, tablets, smartphones, TVs, and those glowing rectangles can throw off your sleep hormone, melatonin. Instead, try creating a short, calming ritual that signals your body it's time to rest. You could spend 15 minutes reading a light-hearted paperback, jotting in a gratitude journal, or gently stretching to soft music. Even something as simple as sipping a cup of herbal tea, chamomile, or lemon balm can tell your brain the evening is winding down. If you love a warm soak, consider a brief bath about an hour before bed. The slight drop in body temperature after you step out tricks your system into thinking it's bedtime, helping you fall asleep faster. And if soaking isn't your thing, a warm washcloth on your face or a few minutes with a hand towel warmed in the dryer can deliver a similar cozy signal. The key is repetition. Doing the same 3 or 4 small steps each night will anchor your sleep routine, making it easier to switch off. As you build these habits, you'll notice something magical. Your mind stops racing through to-do lists, and your body starts to relax. That's when sleep finds you instead of the other way around. Now that we've laid the groundwork with a steady sleep schedule and a soothing bedtime ritual, let's move on to the next habit that will take your rest to the next level. Now that we've set the stage with a regular sleep schedule and a calming evening routine, let's dive into another powerful habit: creating the perfect sleep environment. It might seem simple, but the way your bedroom is set up can make a huge difference in the quality of your rest. Think of your bedroom as a sanctuary, a place where you can truly unwind and leave the stresses of the day behind. If it's cluttered, too bright, or too noisy, it can be hard to feel the deep, restful sleep your body craves. The first thing to consider is your mattress and pillows. Over time, mattresses can wear out, becoming lumpy or uneven. If you've had your mattress for more than 7 years, it might be time to consider an upgrade. You don't have to go for the most expensive one on the market, but getting something that supports your body comfortably can make a huge difference. Think about it. You spend a third of your life on that mattress, so it's worth investing in something that promotes restful sleep. The right pillow is just as important. If it doesn't support your neck properly, you'll likely wake up with aches and pains that'll stick with you throughout the day. A pillow that keeps your head aligned with your spine will help you wake up feeling refreshed, not stiff. Next, let's talk about light. As we age, our sensitivity to light changes, and what you might have been able to ignore in your younger years, like streetlights filtering through your curtains or the glow of a night light, can now interfere with your sleep. Ideally, your bedroom should be as dark as possible. Blackout curtains are a great investment if you live in a neighborhood with lots of lights or if you have trouble with the morning sun waking you up too early. Even small light sources like a digital clock or the LED lights on your electronics can disrupt your melatonin production, making it harder for you to fall and stay asleep. Try using a sleep mask if you can't make your room pitch black, or consider covering up those little lights with tape or a cloth. Along with light, temperature plays a big role in sleep. A cooler room is generally more conducive to restful sleep. You might want to experiment with lowering the temperature in your room before bed, perhaps around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius, which tends to be ideal for most people. If you're prone to feeling too hot at night, a fan or even sleeping with lighter bedding can help keep your body cool and comfortable. On the flip side, if you're someone who gets chilly at night, you might consider layering your blankets or using a heating pad for comfort. The goal is to create an environment that feels just right for you, a space where your body can feel safe and supported as it shuts down for the night. Now, on to habit number 4, which is one of the most powerful: avoiding caffeine and alcohol in the hours leading up to bedtime. Caffeine, as we all know, is a stimulant. It gives you that quick burst of energy, but it also stays in your system for hours longer than you might think. Even if you're drinking a cup of coffee at 3 p.m., the caffeine can linger in your body long into the night, interfering with your ability to fall asleep. If you're someone who enjoys coffee or tea, try to cut it off at least 6 hours before bedtime. Opt for a decaffeinated version or switch to something soothing like herbal tea if you're craving a warm drink in the evening. Alcohol might seem like it would help you sleep since it can initially make you feel drowsy, but it actually disrupts your sleep cycle. While it might help you fall asleep faster, alcohol can prevent you from reaching the deeper, restorative stages of sleep, leaving you feeling groggy and unrest when you wake up. So, try to limit your evening alcohol intake or avoid it altogether if you're noticing that your sleep quality suffers after a glass of wine or a nightcap. Your body's ability to reach deep, uninterrupted sleep is far more important than the temporary relief alcohol might offer. The last habit I want to talk about today, and one that often gets overlooked, is moving your body during the day. Regular physical activity is one of the most effective ways to improve sleep, but timing is key. A brisk walk, light stretching, or even yoga can help you feel tired at the end of the day, signaling to your body that it's time to wind down. The key here is not to exercise too close to bedtime. If you're doing high-intensity workouts late in the evening, it can leave you feeling revved up and make it more difficult to fall asleep. Aim to finish any vigorous exercise a few hours before bed, so your body has time to cool down and transition into relaxation mode. Even light, daily movement is beneficial. If you're someone who's mostly sedentary, simply getting up and moving around a few times throughout the day can improve circulation, reduce stress, and help regulate your sleep. A good rule of thumb is to aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week. Whether it's walking around your neighborhood, gardening, or dancing in your living room to your favorite tunes, the movement will boost your energy during the day and improve your sleep at night. By making these small adjustments to your lifestyle, you're setting yourself up for better sleep and better overall health. Creating the perfect sleep environment, cutting out late caffeine and alcohol, and incorporating daily movement will not only help you sleep like you're in your 30s again, but also enhance your quality of life every day. Now that we've explored these key habits for improving your sleep, let's take a moment to reflect. Remember, sleep isn't just about resting. It's about healing, recharging, and preparing your body and mind to take on the next day with energy and clarity. By following these tips, you can experience the deep, restful sleep that will leave you feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready for whatever life brings. Now that we've covered how to create the ideal environment for sleep, establish healthy habits during the day, and use simple strategies to wind down each night, let's talk about something that's often overlooked: managing stress and anxiety. As we age, life brings its own set of challenges. Whether it's dealing with health concerns, worrying about family, or simply reflecting on the changes that come with getting older, Stress has a way of creeping into our minds when we least expect it. Unfortunately, stress can seriously disrupt our sleep, often leaving us lying awake with racing thoughts. But don't worry, there are ways to calm those worries and set yourself up for better. Deeper rest. One of the most effective tools for reducing stress before bed is deep breathing exercises. I know it sounds simple, but this small practice can have a big impact on how you sleep. Taking slow, deep breaths triggers your body's relaxation response, signaling to your nervous system that it's time to wind down. Try this technique. Sit or lie comfortably in bed, close your eyes, and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath for a count of 4, and then slowly exhale through your mouth for a count of 4. Repeat this cycle for a few minutes. It might feel a little odd at first, but with practice, it can help ease anxiety and prepare you for a peaceful night of sleep. Another stress-busting tool to consider is mindfulness meditation. You don't have to sit cross-legged on the floor or chant in a foreign language to reap the benefits of mindfulness. It's simply the practice of being present in the moment without judgment. By focusing on your breath or a calming image, you can gently redirect your mind away from the stressors that might keep you up at night. Apps like Calm or Headspace offer guided meditations that are specifically designed to help you relax and sleep better. But even if you prefer to meditate on your own, the key is to focus on your breath or a calming mantra to quiet your thoughts and ease your body into relaxation. Now, let's talk about one more habit that can make a significant difference in your sleep quality: limiting screen time before bed. We all love our gadgets, don't we? But the bright light emitted from screens, whether it's a phone, tablet, or TV, can have a negative impact on your ability to fall asleep. The reason is that these screens emit blue light, which interferes with the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating your sleep-wake cycle. This can make it harder for your brain to recognize that it's time to wind down for the night. If you enjoy watching TV or scrolling through your phone before bed, try to cut back on screen time about an hour before you plan to sleep. Instead, switch to activities that don't involve screens, like reading a book, doing a puzzle, or even chatting with a loved one. If you must use your phone, many devices now have settings to reduce blue light at night, or you can download apps that adjust the screen color to warmer tones in the evening. And of course, try to avoid checking emails or social media right before bed, as the mental stimulation can make it harder to relax and drift off. We're also going to touch on a simple, but sometimes overlooked tip: getting outside during the day. I know it's not always easy, especially during colder months or when mobility is a concern, but just a little bit of daylight exposure can work wonders for your sleep. The natural light helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which in turn helps signal to your body when it's time to wake up and when it's time to sleep. Even if you can only step outside for 10 or 15 minutes each day, whether it's sitting on your porch, walking in the garden, or just letting the sunlight hit your face, this small act can help improve your sleep and elevate your mood. Another great way to boost your sleep is to spend some time connecting with loved ones. Social interaction is incredibly important for mental well-being, especially as we age. Whether it's a phone call with a friend, a chat with a family member, or even a brief conversation with a neighbor, meaningful social connections can help reduce feelings of loneliness and anxiety, both of which can contribute to sleep problems. These connections can be a source of comfort and positivity that makes it easier for you to relax when it's time for bed. Finally, let's not forget about the importance of a positive mindset. As we age, it's easy to start focusing on what's not working or on things we can no longer do like we used to. But cultivating a positive attitude can have a profound impact on your sleep. Before bed, try to reflect on the good things in your life, even if they're small. Whether it's a beautiful sunset you saw earlier or a kind gesture someone shared with you. This shift in focus can help ease feelings of stress or worry, making it easier to transition into sleep. And the more you practice focusing on the positive, the more you'll find that your mind becomes less cluttered and your body can relax more deeply. Incorporating these habits, like managing stress, reducing screen time, getting outside, staying socially connected, and focusing on positive thoughts, can help turn your sleep around. As you begin to incorporate these into your daily routine, you'll notice how much more restful and rejuvenating your sleep becomes. But most importantly, you'll feel more in tune with your body and your needs. And that's the true key to living a vibrant, energized life as you age. Remember, it's not about trying to do everything all at once. Small changes, like adding a 5-minute meditation or adjusting your evening routine, can create big improvements in how well you sleep. By committing to these habits, you're not just improving your sleep, you're taking charge of your health and happiness in this exciting chapter of life. Here's to waking up each day feeling refreshed, energized, and ready to embrace whatever comes next. Sweet dreams.